Welcome back to our Let's Play of the Banner Saga, where I have somehow not lost anybody yet. That was quick. Pausing to catch your breath, you glance backwards to see a caravan stretched out past the point of safety. They're spaced out so far you're unable to see those bringing up the rear. Gotta pull them together, says Ivor. It'd be dangerous to stop until at least the Godstone. Pass should be just ahead. Let's have a speech. You make your way to the rear and hoist a small child on your shoulders. Fight for every step. Remember those who didn't make it and push onwards. Clansmen see your effort and follow suit, pushing themselves harder. Good. 470 clansmen and 45 fighters. Far enough for today, I think. After a day of misery, men and women dropped their meager possessions beneath the godstone of Hedvaldre. What are we doing? We just left our homes because suddenly they were dredge. Chieftain did what I suggested, and look what he got for it. Look at these people. Somebody has to hold them together. That's you, Rook. But you're the dredge killer around here. Yeah, a Varl. They want to listen to someone who looks like them. What about Oddleaf? Let her, if it's easier on you. What am I supposed to do anyway? Lie? Tell them everything's going to be alright? God's Rook, I don't know. Pretend you know what you're doing. That's what the rest of us do. Thanks for the advice. Then do whatever you want. Let them fend for themselves if you can live with it. You humans are absurd, Rook. Furious when you're not in control, terrified when you are. Pull it together. Okay, you're right. Think of how I feel. I'm stuck nursing a bunch of weaklings. You do care, I can tell. Pfft, men are a plague on the world, worse than any dredge, as far as I can tell. Chats like this are why you get along so well, Ivor. Okay. You sleep poorly, the sun forever stuck in an eternally bright sky. Where the others rise, you find yourself staring over long, low hills covered in pine. Godstone looms overhead. Massive eyes of Hedvaldre, looking in the same direction as you. Inspect the stone. The weathered stone doesn't see any visitors. Not much reason to travel so far east. When hunters come through, they sometimes stop to give offerings. Out of habit, more than anything else, the gods are dead. Hedvaldre was the god of hunters and a wild beast, occasionally seen roaming the land as both man and wolf. He is always depicted as in an effigy with his terrible spear. You wonder what he'd think of the woods being full of dredge now. A young girl in the caravan approaches you. I made this for you, she says, handing you a crude necklace carved from a branch she must have found nearby. Thank you for saving my mama, she says, before running back to her tent. Back at your tent, you rouse Alette, who clings to your arm until she's completely awake. Bad dreams. Eventually, the cap is broken down, and it's time to move onto Faustville. It feels like an end more than a start. Okay. Kingdom of Manavaro, they called it, rounding. Okay, so they're not very hospitable. Good to know. How do I make camp? Only have 5 days worth of food left. Caravan halts when a group of men appear on the trail, weapons at their feet. We've seen the dredge in your wake once, says one. We don't wish to meet them alone. If you'll let us join you, we'll show you a watering hole with enough animals to fill those supply wagons. Inherent fear of strangers rises in mutter. We are hunting for food when the dredge found our village. When we returned, he looks away, unable to finish. I don't like strangers, but we do need food, so... If you'll be no trouble, come along, you say. Men cautiously join your ranks and prove trustworthy. The hidden watering hole nearby is teeming with animals, and your supply is restocked. Okay, so I can improve morale by talking to people, right? How's the arm, Eagle? You found Eagle just outside the camp practicing his sword swings. Saw you taking some hard hits out there. Oh, yeah. I'm great. Or not great considering everything that's... I'm fine. My arm's fine. It's a strong shield. It's Rook, right? I know we haven't talked much before now. But if you want, you can call me Gil. Okay, Gil. I wanted to let you know that I meant what I said before about making sure nothing happens to Alette. You're protective of Alette, huh? Well, I don't want her to get hurt. You can see his cheeks turn bright red. Don't worry, she can take care of herself, too. I know, I didn't mean... Easy, Gil. I know what you meant. Aver seems to think you're pretty good. Did he say that? That's good. I'm trying. Never had to fight anything like Drudge before, but I don't have much else to do. And how many people get to train with Avaro? Just seems like I could be a help to someone. That's what I want to be. Yeah, I doubt there's many. My father made this. It's solid metal, really heavy. But I've been practicing it with it since I was a kid. I used to spend a lot of time just getting used to lifting it. He raises up to show you. I'm pretty good with it now. It's the only thing that my father's I have left. Then when my mother died, she gave it to me before she died. Heading back to camp. Stay strong. I will. Oh, and if you need something, let me know. I can do anything you need. Between you and Ivor, we're going to be okay, I can tell. Okay? Tragvi. Guess I better thank you for helping us out back there. Tragvi turns his head, eyes wide as though something was stalking him. Oh, nice beard, Rook. But it's not why I'm here. Oh, okay. Why are you here? Fat clansmen. What? They eat, eat, eat. Don't know how to kill a thing, Rook. He rolls the R of Rook gratuitously while holding out his spear for you to inspect. Look at this thing. They grow on trees. You can make this from a tree. My advice, show them how to stick some pigs, or stick a rabbit, a bird. You can stick almost anything, Rook. Think carefully about how to respond. Any more helpful advice? Glad you finally asked. Don't trust a man just because they have faces and use their mouths. A man will look at you, look right through his helmet and lie. Should I trust you? Come on, Rook. Am I wearing a helmet? Have you always been like this? Have I always been Tragvi? Dumb question, Rook. Look, I hear what they say behind my back. Tragvi's handsome. Tragvi's brave. But you're the right man for this job. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I've got to go. I get it. We all got things to do. Me, I was about to go swimming. At least you're keeping clean. Nobody comes looking for you in the pool of water, you know. Don't let me waste too much time there, okay? We'll come and get you before we leave. I'll see you around. Only if you keep your eyes open, Rook. You can't help but hope there's nothing sinister about that last comment. Yeah, well, it's a little weird. So resting will use up supplies, but it'll use up supplies, but it'll heal me, right? You're still injured for a day, so I could rest for a day. Nobody needs promotion. Oh. A crude medallion made from a branch of a tree found at Godstone. Carve 50% dodge strength. Huh? Give it to you. And give this to... you. So let's try resting for a day. That improved morale. And healed him. So let's move on. During a rest, one of the men get too drunk and end up splashing meat in a warrior's face. A brawl erupts. Many throw fists, and a broken bone later, the instigator, Rensvartar, is tossed to the ground at your feet. Angry clansmen looking at for satisfaction. His personal defenses are little more than drooling mumbles. After the scuffle, encourage others to let the issue drop. Of course, a public apology from him. Grabbing him by the neck, you force him to look at the crowd. Apologize for this mess, you demand. The man babbles until you squeeze harder. Sorry, he yells repeatedly, even after you let him go. Folks shook their heads, but leave the man alone. Oh. Excuse me. I guess I should have tied him up till he dried out. Caravan is visibly relieved to find a small village on the way to Frostvale. The beds and fresh beds and fresh supply. The locals here are stocked with news you bring and discuss among themselves while you set up nearby. Okay. So I'm about halfway there. I should probably buy more stuff. Can't use any of these, but I will eventually. Never deflected. %, dodge, and 2 strength. I'll buy this. Anything new for the heroes? No? That got morale back up. And let's go. I got 10 days worth. You're only just outside the village when 2 men in red approach. My name is Hogan, says one, gesturing to the other. My brother is Mogan. Many of the villagers wish to join you in Frostvale. A third man, exuding rage, charges to the group. Shut your mouth, Hogan, he screams. Uh-oh. What's going on? These bastards don't speak for us. They're trying to divide the village since you got here. True. You can keep whoever wants to stay and die. The rest of us will go with the reasonable people to Scove. I'll have you both gutted before I let half the village desert. Behind the angry villager, a mob of armed thugs appear, all furrowed brows and nervous stares. You both know what will happen to the rest of us if the fields are abandoned. Nobody leaves. Let your people decide on their own. I thought that's how it went ourselves. A good number told me to my face they didn't want to be beaten to death by Dredge. I don't know what the scam is this time, Hogan, but you got two choices. Get back to work, or I'm finally putting you on the ground. Logan, what do you say? Thought it was unfair that he only asked me. Logan draws his axe slowly, followed by Hogan. Despite their confidence, the brothers are significantly outnumbered. I think I make a poor farmer. I guess I'll get more people, right? And they should be allowed to leave if they want to. Thugs hesitate. As you pull your axe, you notice that Alette is nowhere to be seen. Eight and 10. Well, if they're going to, if they're going to fight, if they're going to leave the village, they might as well fight. I kind of feel bad, though. Because the villagers might need them. Oh well. Too late now. This looks like... I can't battering ram him because there's somebody behind him, I guess. Alright, let's take out half of his armor. Sure. Ow. Alright, you're dead. I guess you'll fight the, this guy. You could just finish him off, can't you? Yeah. You only have 3 left. Don't go after my bowman. Oh, that hurt. Alright, she's out. I can move here and impale him. He'll be forced to move. Yeah. He's gonna take him out. All right. The brothers thank you for with wide grins. Soon many of the villagers have joined your caravan. Scan around anxiously for Alette, who has gone missing when the fighting began. Eventually you find her watching from afar. Hogan returns at that moment, introducing you to his son and wife, and you soon set out again. Okay, they came with more supplies. Alette marches quietly alongside the caravan a little distance, thence leaving the village. When you stop for rest, Oddleaf approaches you both. Alette, I have something for you. Oddleaf has gathered up a long banner from the caravan and smiles warmly as she passes it to Alette. What's this about? I was hoping you'd sew up this banner with everything that has happened since we left Skogre. Then find me another time, Rook, and we'll talk. Before you comment, she departs. Dad, are you the chieftain now? Looks that way. Oh, then that means you're both quiet for a moment while Alette unfurls the banner. Oddleaf has been teaching me how to sew. She speaks pretty highly of you. Can you read the part about Mom? You nod. On the banner you has been sewn the story of the families that have lived in Skogre throughout the years, just as is done on every banner in every town. I wish she were here, but I'm kind of glad she isn't. Section of the banner about your family is short, but Alette has been sewing in colorful designs. Why do you say that? So she doesn't have to deal with all of this. Dredge, leaving home, and... Why did you have to kill those men in the village? I mean, if it's okay to ask. I had to make a hard choice. Because the Dredge are terrifying. Every time we fight them, I just want to run, but I don't want to kill a person. Please. Are you mad at me? No. I'm glad you don't want to. Let smiles at this, then her face sinks again. I guess I would do it if I really had to. But do we have to? I know what you mean. Yeah, I know. Dad, I think you're doing a good job. She hugs you. She spends the rest of your time together, sewing new verses to the banner. For better or worse, the story of Skogra is your burden now. Okay. How are we doing? Probably got a couple injuries. 2 days. So if I rest for 2 days... let's give you... Let's increase that, and let's increase that. Mogan. Let's increase you, and let's increase you. Where's what's-his-face? Oh, there he is. Talk to you. How are you doing, Odd? I'm alright. Not at first. Sometimes when a loved one dies, people say it doesn't sink in for a while. It sunk in for me right away. People tell me I'm a strong woman. It's funny. My father named me Oddly before I was even born. He wanted a boy so badly. Strong woman. What does that even mean? People look up to you. Don't take this the wrong way, but I don't want to be known for handling my feelings. If I feel nothing about my husband dying before people think I'm strong. If I cry because my insides feel like they're on fire, I'm weak. Why does it feel so backwards? I'm sorry, Rook. It's been hard. You're not sure what to say. In the many years you've known the chieftain's wife, this is probably the most you've ever talked. You asked me to come find you. Yes, it's about the banner. I thought about it for a long time. He asked me to give it to you, you know, if something happened. Your family, you should carry it. You're right, I should. It should be mine. I should carry it. But I thought about why he named you. I get it. They won't follow a woman. Families would leave. Our banner would be divided. I would vouch for you. Come on, Rook. This isn't time to pretend. It's not just about our small village. What happens the first time we need something from another clan? How will that go? And the first time someone thinks they can take advantage of us? I think this is what has to happen. Okay. Took sidewise, eventually giving a timid smile. I'm not sure if that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard or the sweetest. Listen, I know I dragged this out. The truth is, my husband and I could never have a child. I don't want our banner to end here. It'll be safe with you and Alette. I know you're going to take care of her. She puts a hand on your shoulder as she heads back to camp. Alright, morale went up. Alright. So, I guess I'll rest for 2 days. And that'll get my heroes back into fighting. and then we'll head out, and we'll call it here. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you've seen so far, please drop a like, give me a comment, share, subscribe. It really helps me out. And as always, thank you very much for watching. Have a good day, and take care.